Yeah, listener, I don't agree with you in any sense. I thought Ayman Zahabi clearly lost that fight 2-1, but there may be some bias on my part. And what is that bias? So Ayman Zahabi fights in that new model of an MMA fighter, right? Nothing is the way it's supposed to be. The way the rules are in boxing, the way the rules are in Muay Thai, nothing. I mean, older MMA fighters like Donald Cerrone fought in a very Muay Thai-esque stance, right? We can find other MMA fighters that fight more boxing style. I mean, Topuria today, I think, does that. Zahabi has this really weird switch hitter thing that he does. He doesn't switch hit as much as like maybe Hyde Emil or some of the other new MMA guys. But there is now a style for MMA. And I find that fascinating because as much as Bruce Lee said, be like water, my friends, adapt into whatever circumstance there is, there's always a style that lands up being in that circumstances. So as much as we try to unchain ourselves of boundaries put on us by a style nevertheless develops eventually. I'll tell you what's another style is MMA wall fighting, right? Like that's a whole martial art in itself, a martial art that a lot of people don't do enough. I talked about that a lot. The Scrap Pack didn't do it enough by far, and they lost a lot of fights that way. Gil against Eddie Alvarez, Carl Sumanatafa against, I forget the guy he fought up there. But because they didn't train wall fighting like it was an individual martial art and give it enough attention, it was a weakness. Now, these new MMA fighters, the way they fight is just, to me, bizarre. But you've got to consider something. They don't have to deal with big gloves, right? There's no gloves in their way. They're not going to be able to defend themselves by covering up real well. I mean, they're going to get knocked out once it's come to the point where you're hurt and that's all you're doing. You are a vulnerable person. And it allows them to do a lot of things. I mean, keeping your hands down is one of them. I mean, Prohaska is a little bit of that new MMA fighter. I mean, a lot of his style is based on karate, and I have a great love of karate. It was my true first martial art. I mean, I guess I started wrestling before I did karate, but at the end of the day, I put a lot of effort into karate, whereas wrestling was kind of taken from me in my move from the East Coast to California. But yeah, it's this style that is not like anybody else's. Now, I think when Chito Vera fought Dominic Cruz, and Dominic Cruz went from his old boring circle style to the new MMA style where he'd leap in either hand, making his power hand, his front hand, southpaw or orthodox, back and forth. And Dominic beat up Vera for a while, and then Vera ended it with a big round kick. And it said very much to me, you can do all that stuff until a Muay Thai guy catches you, right? Until a boxer catches you. Well, Ayman Zahabi is going beyond that, and he hasn't been caught. And the same guy who caught Dominic Cruz was not able to catch Ayman Zahabi. Do I think Vera won the fight? Yeah, watching it, I thought so, but I'm also a traditionalist, so maybe for me, that new style just looks like, oh, kid, what are you doing? That won't work. So, I don't know, it's very difficult. Either way, a new style is among us, the MMA style. There's no lead hand. You bounce around kind of like a lunatic. Everything is distance keeping because you don't have gloves to keep your hands up. And there it is. Everybody like and follow for more on the fight game.